Hi friends, hope you're doing fine. Today I'm sharing my learnings from the book The Checklist Manifesto by Atul Gawande, where the author teaches a checklist protects us against failure. Checklist establishes a higher standard of baseline performance. A checklist is not only an aid, and if it does not aid, it's not right. The volume and complexity of what we know has exceeded our individual ability to deliver its benefit correctly, safely, and reliably. Knowledge has both saved us and burdened us. Whether running to the store to buy ingredients for a cake, preparing an aeroplane to take off, or evaluating a sick person in the hospital, if you miss just one key thing, you might as well not have made an effort at all. A further study just as a deceptive that people can pause themselves into skipping steps even when they remember them very well. Checklists seem to provide protection against such failures. They remind us of the minimum necessary steps and make them explicit. They not only offer the possibility of verification but also instill a kind of discipline of higher performance. The researchers found that simply having the checklist seems to defend anyone, even the experienced, against failure in many tasks than we realized. Three different kinds of problems in the world: the simple, the complicated, and the complex. The philosophy is that you push the power of decision making out to the periphery and away from the center. You give people the room to adapt based on their experience and expertise. All you ask is that they talk to one another and take responsibility. That is what works. Under conditions of complexity, not only the checklist helps, they are required for success. There must always be room for judgment, but judgment aided and even enhanced by the procedure. The investigators at John Hopkins and elsewhere had also observed that when nurses were given a chance to stay and say their names and mention concerns at the beginning of a case, they were more likely to note the problems and offer solutions. When you're making a checklist, you have a number of key decisions. You must define a clear pause point at which the checklist is supposed to be used. You must decide whether you want to do confirm checklist or a read do checklist. With a do confirm checklist, team members perform their jobs from memory and experience, often separately. But then they stop. They pause to run the checklist and confirm that everything that was supposed to be done was done. With a read do checklist, on the other hand, people carry out the task as they check them off. It's more like a recipe. So, for any new checklist created from scratch, you have to pick up the type that makes the most sense for the situation. The checklist cannot be lengthy. A rule of thumb, some uses it to keep it between 5 and 9 items, which is the limit of a working memory. The wording should be simple and exact and use the familiar language of the profession. Even the look of the checklist matters. Ideally, it should fit on one page. It should be free from clutter and unnecessary colors. It should use both the uppercase and the lower text for ease of reading. It is common to misconceive how checklists function in a complex lines of work. They are not comprehensive how-to guides, whether for building a skyscraper or getting a plane out of trouble. They are quick and simple tools aimed to buttress the skills of expert professionals. Just ticking boxes is not the ultimate goal here. Embracing a culture of teamwork and discipline is. In the end, a checklist is not only an aid. If it does not aid, it is not right. But if it does, we must be ready to embrace the possibility of using the checklist. If you're interested to watch such inspirational and knowledgeable summaries which can transform your life, then hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more updates.